Welcome to BB Knows Best. One more week here, and today I want to talk to you about what is a business meeting etiquette. Well, I know that right now we have so many kind of meetings. Before it was easy because you have a meeting normally and you see each other face to face. But now we have these Zoom meetings. But besides the fact that a lot of the meetings are occurring online, it is important that we also observe a business meeting etiquette. I had so many crazy situations the last few months in Zoom meetings that is hilarious. But I'm gonna just today say some do's and don'ts when it comes to business meetings. It doesn't matter if it's online or offline, but still I think it's good to take these things into account. Number one, a do versus a don't. Listen instead of talking all the time. It is very important that we really practice listening. I remember one day I was in church and the priest said to the kids, it was a communion, the kids' communion, actually my kids' communion. I think it was my daughter. And the priest said to the kids, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So it's very important that we listen actively. So when we are in meetings, it's good that when someone is speaking, that we let that person speak. And sometimes it's true that we have so many things to say and we just have a tendency to speak, but be careful about to speak too much. Also, when it's more people in the room, it is good that you just listen to everybody and that you wait for your turn before to speak. So that's one of the business etiquette that is very important. Another thing is, it's okay to drink. If you appear in a meeting and you drink a tea or water, it's perfectly okay. But I think a don't is to eat because it really distracts people and the attention. And maybe someone in the meeting is very hungry and is looking at you eating a wonderful piece of pizza. I might say, oh, I would love to have some. Or just maybe for some people, they don't feel so comfortable when they see someone eating in front of them. I remember a few months ago, we had a meeting and we were like 10 people in this meeting, and someone just in the camera grabbed a salad, and because we were all in audio, we hear the crunchy of the vegetable, which was delicious, but it was kind of distracting to hear somebody yum, yum, yum. So I believe that we could leave food for later when we're in a meeting, particularly in a Zoom meeting. And even if we are in front of people, if we can avoid that in a conference room, it's always much better. Unless that it's in person and they put some cookies and tea or some sandwiches. It's a meeting, like a lunch meeting, or it's a tea meeting. But it's a normal meeting. I will say before to just start eating, refrain to do that. Even if you ask people, is that okay? What people are gonna tell you? If you appear with your beautiful salad and with a great sandwich or a pizza, they would say just go ahead. But I suggest to observe the business etiquette. That is better not doing that. Another thing that is important in a business meeting, and it doesn't matter if it's Zoom meeting or Teams meeting or if you are in front of people, is important. Do take notes. It actually is good because so many times we get so much information, pieces of information, that always have your piece of paper and a pen. And another thing is, don't take notes with the phone. And let me share with you a story. Be careful with the phone. I was in a very important meeting. We were 7 people in this meeting. And what happened was that most of the team members in my office, of course, they were speaking only English. And the meeting was in Spanish and I had a lot of tasks to do. So what was my idea? Instead of taking notes, to just press record. Well, only for that reason, I never got the deal because this put really a bad name in my credibility. They were very offended that I didn't even ask for permission to record this meeting. So it is very important that if you do that, you ask for permission. It was a huge mistake on my part. I didn't think about it. I didn't without any malice. The thing is that I had so many tasks And I was thinking in my mind, how do I translate this right now to everyone? So maybe it's the easiest is that I tape it and then I could listen again in my office and then take notes and give the tags to the different members that we were to take this project. Well, I learned my lesson because I lost a lot of money and I lost friends because of this situation. So it's better that we ask. And if we don't have the phone, even better if we go back to the system that always worked, that is to take notes. It is important also because it's super crazy when you are the whole day in the phone, just answering to WhatsApp or just pressing likes to your Instagram. That's completely against the meetings etiquette, okay? So it is important that we don't do that. So the do is take notes. Don't forget about your phone if it's possible. Another thing in meetings is try to be prepared for the meetings. How many times we're not really double checking what is the meeting about, and you really could be in big trouble because when they ask you questions and you don't know what to say, it's not good, and then you can really delay the projects and the processes because you have no idea about what's going on. So it is important, and I will speak about this later in another one, about how we should organize our weeks and our meetings and our situations so we don't do that. So it's very important that we are prepared. And a don't is not to be prepared, and of course, don't be late. We need to really respect people's times, and it is important, particularly with the Zooms. You know what, everyone, we are so tired of Zoom after Zoom and everything. It doesn't look so good when we are late, and also you really make people nervous. It's different when you are in an office and there is more people and you start talking, but it is just not nice to just don't respect people's time. So it's really good for your etiquette that you just be on time and that you are prepared for the meeting. That's very important. Another thing that is really important is ask questions. That's a do. And don't is don't interrupt. It is okay that you ask questions because actually whatever you don't know, and if you want to find out more, it is great that you ask questions. People love that they ask them questions. I love questions. But what is not good is when someone is trying to just present something or make an exposition of the ideas and everything, that we keep interrupting, because then sometimes the person could lose tracking about what the person was doing or saying. So that's just to be very respectful. And just a little bit other notes that is important is to dress properly. Maybe you don't believe this, but I have seen people who go into Zoom meetings and maybe they just a nice shirt, but under they are just in the underwear, if they have underwear. I could guarantee you that I had a big jump when someone didn't even have the underwear. This was crazy. And all of us in the Zoom call, we were just not able to react. I was so in shock that I didn't even have the possibility to double check with the members and say, have you seen what I have seen? Because it was too much for me. So it is important that also in the meetings, obviously in a face-to-face meeting, you won't do that. But maybe that person forgot that it was super comfortable in the house being in this meeting. And this was shocking for all of us. So that's another thing, just try to dress properly. It is so important. Of course, we have relaxed our manners when it comes to how we present ourselves in meetings. It is okay to be with casual and very comfy clothes. Actually, Zoom has been incredible on that, and I totally support that. And I think it's wonderful to just be in sweatpants and just being relaxed and comfy. But it's different to just not have any clothes or go in pajamas or nightgowns. That, I think, for me is a little bit too much. And I don't believe that is the right etiquette for business meetings. So if you want to close a deal, obviously don't come in pajamas, don't come with your nightgown, even if it's a beautiful La Perla one. I don't advise that. And what is more important is that you come with the right attitude to meetings, and that you smile, and that you are just a nice person to be around in the meetings, and that's all is needed sometimes. So I hope these little tips helps. And well, when it comes really to colors and everything, not too busy colors is always better. To don't distract people's attention. And also important is that you don't come out of the bed and you come into the meeting with your hair like that or something like this. Yeah, we are all about to be natural, but not too natural could be a little bit too much. So I think it's good that you come fresh and that it looks like you didn't come out just out of the bed, okay? That is important also for all these meetings. So that's it for today. And I will see you next week. And remember that you could definitely share. I love sharing. You could definitely subscribe, and you could definitely just make sure that you know that I'm here for you. I love to have some feedback, and I love you.